right, you guys? Podcast time.
Chew. It's quieter.
Fucking podcasting right now.
Chew quieter.
And now, to the podcast studio.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Chew Quieter. And today we have a special guest who many of you probably recognize, maybe not have talked to because he looks very intimidating. But to us, he's just a cuddly teddy bear, Mr. Jeremy Clanton. How are you, sir?
I am fantastic. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Good. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely.
I know we've been trying to get this going for quite some time now, so it's good to finally get you sitting in that chair there.
Yes. It's been, a couple months now we've tried this.
Yeah. Between your schedule and hospital visits and and all the other shit.
Yeah. Let's not even talk about that one.
So we've talked about you quite a bit on the show. I don't know if you know, especially your testicles.
Oh. Well, they've been out a few times, so.
Yeah. The one time that I've only seen them, it was at Mob Moab, probably 4 years ago, when you tried on Will Perriman's jorts.
So I actually had to throw those away finally after my 50th birthday, and they got turned into booty shorts. So I finally had to toss those in the trash can. I was like, these can't make a comeback again.
Oh, thank God you shave all over the place. Because that would have been a very difficult sight to see.
It's a difficult sight to see anyway.
So how's everything going?
Good, much better now that I'm out of the hospital. And other than that, I mean, it's good. It's been great. Feeling 100 times better now that that's done.
It sounds like you had a similar issue that I did. I had a gallbladder scare, but yours was a real thing.
Yeah. So mine, we've been chasing it for probably about a year and a half. Didn't know what it was, and then I got some stomach pain about a month ago. Got it to go away. Back up 3 weeks ago. Woke up in the middle of the night, horrible pain again, and this time wasn't going away. And Ashley wasn't going to let me just fight this one off, and said we're going to the ER. And so that's where I spent the next 3 days in 3 different hospitals.
God, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the pain like on your right side, right below your rib cage?
No, mine was actually all right here, right at the top. I mean, it was the most excruciating pain, and I can deal with a lot of pain, but I was sitting there, I was pushing on it, and yeah, finally she's like, nope, we're not doing this no more. You're going to the ER.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. If I'm not bleeding or, just, losing pulse, I'm in the hospital. So
yeah,
I did go to the ER also when that happened to me. So that pain is unfucking bearable.
Oh, it's the worst pain I've ever been in my life. I mean, it's got to be worse than giving birth.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, but I have pushed out really birds, but
I pushed out a baby-sized turd at some point or another.
Yeah, it was the worst. I mean, the first ER I went into, they gave me the max amount of morphine that they could give me, and I was like, I can still feel this.
They give you morphine? Wow.
Oh yeah.
I wish they would have given me morphine.
So they gave me morphine for pain almost every day, and then they tried giving me Percocet one night, and literally did absolutely nothing for pain but made me sweat all night. So then they gave me back morphine again.
That's a good trade-off.
Yeah, they didn't really give me anything. They gave me just a Vicodin.
That was it, huh?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
I was still in pain. They're like, it should go away sometime soon. I'm like, when?
Wow.
And then they did a CAT scan or CT scan. So I had to position myself a certain way, and I'm laying in this thing in this fucking tube.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't take it anymore. This laying like this fucking hurts. And she's like, only a few more seconds. I keep saying that. I'm going to fucking punch you.
Oh, so we want to back up to the testicles thing because after the surgery and stuff like that, they're like, "Hey, can we take a look at your scars?" So I just opened up. I'm like, at this point, I don't even care anymore. She's like, "Okay, well, the scars look good."
Did she adjust your catheter?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. It was. I was to the point like we went for a walk and they're like, "You want to put another gown over the back of you?" I'm like, "I don't even care. I really don't even care."
Modesty's all gone here, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, just a month or two before that, you and I think we're about a week apart. Had a colonoscopy.
Oh yeah. Those are nice.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I had the most raging gas bubbles afterwards.
Actually, mine wasn't bad at all. Obviously they make you stay there until you pass gas, and I'm laying there. I'm like, okay, and then finally, and I'm like, all right, can we go now? And she's like, yeah, you're all good. She's like, I wouldn't recommend no alcohol, no driving, no anything. I'm like, okay. So Ash drove, and we went to the bar.
That's sounds about the way it should go.
Yeah.
They were like, don't eat anything too heavy. I'm like, fuck this. I'm starving. I'm going to fucking breakfast.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah.
Was yours in the morning or afternoon?
Mine was first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so they said the same thing to me. They're like, nothing too heavy after you leave here. I'm like, nope, I'm going straight to Huddle House. I'm getting me some waffles, some bacon. I'm loading up. I'm fucking starving.
Yes. Oh God. And you know what the scope part of it isn't the bad part, like everyone said. It's the cleansing.
Yes.
The whole idea of that cleanse kills you. For
a good 6 or 7 hours, and then a little bit at night, I was just shitting my brains out, like it was food poisoning almost.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't understand what everyone was talking about. They're like, "Oh, it's horrible. It's da 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 da," and I'm like, "All right, this ain't so bad." And then the world dropped out.
As soon as all the solids go away, that's when it goes bad.
Yes.
Because at that point, you're literally just pissing out everything that you're drinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the piss hole.
No. And it sounds like it's a female horse just letting go.
Yeah. It was not. It was not fun.
No.
The joys of getting old, right?
Oh God! If someone would have told me it was going to be like this, I would have said, "Fuck, just kill me when I'm 30, and I've had a great life." Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but now I wake up and I have to slowly walk to the bathroom to take my piss because my ankles and my Achilles are just always hurting.
Oh wow!
My knees are completely shot, so my body has to literally warm up like a car before I can walk like a normal person.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Usually when I wake up, it's like, oh, yep, I gotta go. And it's straight to the bathroom.
It is. I don't have an alarm clock anymore because my body naturally just wakes up. I don't know if it's just me, but it's regularly at 6 a.m. The body it knows.
Yep.
Hey, buddy, it's time to get up and go.
Yeah, mine's at 4 because I usually get up and I'll go to the gym in the morning. So same deal though. It don't matter if I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, my body wakes up an hour later at 4 o'clock. Like it knows it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've gone to bed at 3 o'clock. I can't even tell you the last time I seen that time.
I don't think I have gone past 10 o'clock for bedtime in a long time on purpose.
Yeah.
Like last night, it was my wife just stayed up talking to her sister. She was having beers. And it was about 10 o'clock. And I'm like, holy fuck, I need to get to bed. I'm tired. I didn't realize it was that late. No wonder why I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it was a concert on Amazon. It was Wu-Tang Clan and Nas. And I'm a huge fan of both. And there's still like 50 minutes left of it. I'm like, sorry guys, I'm pausing until tomorrow. I need to get to bed.
That's when we know we're old right there. When you're like, nope, I'll watch this tomorrow.
Hey, I have a pause button for a reason.
Yep. Yep.
So
That's
let's get into this a little bit about you. So for those that aren't too familiar with you, you've been in the industry for quite a long time now. Currently, are you still repping Crawler West Coast?
nope. I am full time back at Rockford Fosgate.
Okay.
So
you were there for a while, and now you're at Rockford.
yep.
Before that, you were. Do we want to say where you were before that?
Rigid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I guess we can say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You were with Rigid for a long time, and that's probably where most people recognize you from.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I went from I was here at Rockford for 10 years before, from 2000 to about 2010, and then when the 08-09 crash kind of happened, the whole audio industry kind of just took a. I don't want to say took a dump, but it literally did. I mean, just like everything else did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just spun off and did my own shop for a while in audio, and kind of got tired of that, and then went from there into Rigid, and then on into the off-road side of it.
Yeah.
And been kind of in that the entire time. Even it's funny, even here now, because now we're doing a bunch of Jeep stuff. It's like I keep getting pulled into the off-road side here.
You just can't escape it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is starting to get more. It seems like anyway, more off-road dominant in the auto industry. There's two that are really dominating right now, and it seems like off-road is one of them, and the other is drift cars.
Yeah, the drift scene's taken a huge step forward again.
Yeah, I don't quite understand drift because, in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, but the fastest way around the corner is just having a super good handling, a car that's just going to stick to the ground.
Yeah.
And you just take those G-forces and just make that turn. But
yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but smoke.
Smoke
is cool. Smoke is cool.
But Gabe, there's also ways up a hill or up a thing if you listen to your spotters. So, but we don't always do that either. So,
what's a spotter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that tells you to take the bad line, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
think we've all
my line's
that.
way better. I know what I'm doing. Shut up.
Yeah.
What's funny is you always see those guys that have a friend with them that are mainly just there to spot them. And they're constantly arguing about the line. Like, you took this guy on this trail with you for a reason. Listen to him.
Yeah. But none of us do.
No.
I mean, realistically, none of us listen to our spotters. We're like, oh no. And then when something bad happens, we're like, where the hell were you?
Yeah. And it's always like the spotter's always passenger. No. The other passenger.
Yeah. Left.
Turn driver. No. The other driver.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I'm with you. Drift is, to me, drifting is fun to kind of watch because some of the horsepower and stuff they've got's unreal, but it's not for me either.
Yeah. I want to try it one of these days. Obviously, I'll have to borrow someone's car to do it, but I'm a big fan of F1.
Yeah.
And to see those cars take turns at 60 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, and I mean, it's just they're hugging that corner. It's a really fun thing to watch.
Yeah. It's insane, especially the G-force that those guys. I mean, I'm sure the G-forces and drift is pretty high as well, but it's not like an F1.
No. You're a big fan of F1 or just a small fan?
I watch it here and there. I mean, I watched it when it was in Vegas, but yeah, I can't afford F1, so.
Wait, you don't want to spend what was it, $300 on a lobster roll?
No, so those prices are definitely the luxury side.
Of course they are.
But I mean, you have a point though. In Las Vegas, the tickets were astronomically high just for even the spectators, just for the regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they realized they overpriced those tickets because towards showtime, towards race day, those prices went drastically down.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because when you have half of what you think you need to be selling empty, you realize that maybe we priced ourselves out. Maybe this isn't what this is going to tolerate.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they had hotels.
You're not in Dubai.
Right. They had hotels, a lot of vacancies. They were just almost given away at one point.
I remember, so when we were at SEMA this year, we were in one of our Ubers coming back from the show over to our hotel, and they had a parking lot that was kind of roped off already. And he was telling us it was $1,000 a ticket to stand in this parking lot. That wasn't even right next to the raceway. It was probably 100 yards or so away. But yeah, he said it was a standing room only. It was $1,000 a ticket.
That's crazy.
I'm like, who or why would you want to do that? I mean, you can't even see the race from here. You can hear it go by.
Yeah. I've been to IndyCar. I've seen IndyCar races. And that's what originally got me kind of into that kind of racing. It's just really cool to see that the cars are loud and they just stick to the fucking track. It's so fun to watch. And then my wife got a job with an insurance company with Haggerty Insurance, and they used to have these drivers club watch parties for F1 back in 2014. And she would come home and be like, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. And finally, 2015, I started watching it religiously. And I was like, yep, I'm hooked. This is it. So I think it was 3 years ago, we started buying the F1 package on TV. It's basically just the app. It's like $80 a year. And you get to watch all of the practice sessions, all of the qualifying sprint races in the actual race. So you can watch it in real time, or if it's in like Dubai when it's like the race is at 1 a.m. here. Of course, I'm not going to stay up to watch that. So we've been making it a thing where we'll watch it right after breakfast Sunday morning.
Oh, nice.
So during football season, it's really cool because we get to watch the races in the morning, and then right when that's over, it's kickoff for football.
That's awesome. I know there's a bunch of guys here that are huge F1 fans. We'll go to lunch and they're like talking about who's going to what team, who's doing what teams are coming in, and I'm like, okay, guys, cool.
Yeah,
I'll just eat.
Cool stash, bro.
Yeah, but they do. I mean, the guys here are in it. Like they know which teams are trying to come in this year and which driver's going to where, and the drama that's in F1. They said is unreal.
Yeah, right now they're calling it every year. It's called the silly session, silly season, and then it's where the drivers mix up and leave one team to go to another team. It's similar to NFL free agency or basketball free agency or something like that, but it's within F1. So it can be full of drama. Last year was very uneventful, but this year seems like there's going to be a lot more action going on. One of the biggest names already, Lewis Hamilton, is leaving Mercedes and is going to Ferrari.
I did hear them talking about that the other day, and I was like, cool, I know the name.
Ferrari or Mercedes?
Yeah, yes.
I've heard of that Ferrari company.
Yeah, I've heard of that Ferrari.
Yeah,
they make motorcycles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't that be a bitching thing if they did?
Oh, can you imagine that bike going by you?
Can you imagine the cost?
If Lamborghini only made tractors. Oh wait, they did.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's all you need is another tractor.
Oh God.
You always need another tractor. What are you talking about?
You need another tractor like Matt Loxley needs another boat.
Well, no. I don't even own a tractor. I have one that I get to have access for, so I need a tractor.
I wish I had enough property that I needed a tractor. That would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Yeah. This guy over here, he's got nothing but rock on his property. Still needs a tractor.
That rock isn't light. You ever try to shovel rock? It's fucking heavy. I'm old. I'm fat.
Biggest Mexican Zen garden anyone has ever
Yeah.
instead of rocks and cactus, he's got a rake around.
He's like, oh,
I see no problem with this.
yeah, I'm gonna hook I'm just gonna hook a rake to the back of the tractor. And I'm gonna drive around.
Yeah, that's the laziest way to do it, but probably the smartest also.
It's the freaking smartest thing to do in the world. Believe me.
So JC, you've traveled quite a bit between being with Crawler, Rockford, and Rigid.
Yes.
Mostly shows, a lot of rock crawling events. But what's been your most favorite to go to since to date?
Oh, there's probably two because one, people wise, always Jeep Beach. I mean, that's where you get to see all your friends, hang out, have a good time. Second would be Trail Hero because you actually get to the wheel in there, and then plus you get to see your friends and stuff. But those two are probably my ultimate favorites. Is Jeep Beach. You get to hang out, have fun at the beach, and then Trail Hero for actually having some fun wheeling.
How do you compare that to your time in Texas?
Ooh, Texas. Why we got to bring up Texas? Why we got to bring up Texas?
Specifically Wolfgang.
Yeah. It was a slight tumble.
Just it was just a slight fall off of a mountain.
Yeah.
About 40 feet down.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 20. Maybe it was 28 feet down.
Let's go back to my spotter. I'm going to blame the spotter.
Oh, you're going to blame Sergio now.
Yeah. I'm going to blame Sergio because I didn't listen to him. Sergio literally said, because it's two steps. He's like, let's get you on the first step, and then we're going to go from the first step up to the second one. Yeah, I just went full board. I went up to the first one, straight up to the next one, and the mountain decided it wanted to kick me back down.
Did you catch just too much grip, or was it just an undercut?
No. So when I'll just say I didn't walk the thing at all. So I'm like, it don't look that bad. Well, apparently at the very tip top on the driver's side, there was a boulder up there that I never even seen, never looked at because I never walked it. I got up there, the driver's side tire hit it, and it shifted the rear end of the Jeep over like 6 inches and sent it right over backwards down twice.
Oh.
But yeah, it was honestly though, it was for as bad as that tumble looks on camera and stuff, it wasn't bad at all.
Was that your first flop?
Over backwards, yes.
So it was just flopping sideways.
Yeah. I flopped it sideways. I've been 3/4 on the roof, but not like over backwards.
Yeah,
tumbling down a freaking.
Yeah,
that's probably got to be the toughest one because you're totally out of control. Like there's no way you can just either gas it to get it on all fours again, or prevent gravity from just taking natural course.
No, and it was funny because I do remember when I was up there and it started to slide. And I remember hearing, it was Surge and all these guys yelling reverse, but at that point it was already going over. So I just remember taking my hands off the wheel a little bit and then going, no, I need to hold on to something. so I just grabbed the steering wheel again, and when it landed and stuff, and I kind of was looking around, I'm like, well, all right, nothing's broke, nothing's bleeding. And I kept hearing everyone just shut it off. So I shut it off and climbed out, and it made a mess on the trail and broke my Dometic wide open, split it wide open. Oh. So everything in that went out.
Yeah, the worst damage was the loss of alcohol.
Yes. Yes. But no, it was yeah, and it's one of those I want to go back and do again now, especially now because I run water in the front tires and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
so I've had a rollover. I wasn't driving, so not many people know about the story. So I don't know if I should really get into it too much because I don't want to take away much of your time. But
you're good.
I was filming with Flex Rocks and Rollovers, one of their events, And we just had some rain. We were at AOP. We had just had some rainfall, so I was jumping from one rock to another, and the whole time I was fine. I had shoes on specific for grip in the rock. They're basically soft cleats, and it was getting dark at this point, and a rig was coming up an obstacle, and I had to egress. Otherwise, I was going to just get run over. So I jump over to another rock that had mud on it, snot mud, basically. And my knee completely gave out. And something kind of popped and it started to swell up immediately. So I kind of just have a seat. One of the guys that was there, that was a contestant, he was done for the event. He wanted to go back to base camp in the main parking lot. And since I was in a lot of pain, I was thinking, I'll just go with you because I'm pretty much done. There's nothing I can do anymore. I'm going to just go down with you. They pointed to the auxiliary trail to go back. And I wasn't strapped in. He had full harness. And somehow, it was dark. And somehow he got sidetracked and veered off the main trail. And he started to cut his own trail. And the passenger front tire got high on a rock. And the suspension just unloaded. And it just started tipping over towards the driver's side that was down a hill.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking to myself at that point, shit, I probably should have buckled in. So I have my camera in my left hand. My right hand has got the grab handle, and we're going over. And I'm thinking to myself, this is gonna fucking hurt. And sure enough, we roll over probably 3 times. I was thrown out of the Jeep.
Oh, geez.
And what was really weird was I was thrown out of the Jeep on the driver's side. So I crossed his body. My head hit the top of the roll bar. I crossed his body. Somehow I get ejected through the driver's side window. And luckily the Jeep rolled over me with that gap. Otherwise I would have been crushed and probably dead.
Holy cow.
But I think, I know I had a slight concussion just because I hit my head twice actually. And when I kind of got out of the, what the fuck was that type thing. The Jeep was already at rest. It was already on all fours. It just happened to land that way. The driver was still in the vehicles. He was strapped in. Luckily, he was fine. But I was in pain. Like my knee was so fucked. I tore ligaments in my right elbow that was holding the grab handle, just because I was trying to hold on for dear life. So I don't know how it happened, but I still had my fucking camera in my left hand.
I was just going to ask you, so did the camera make it?
The camera made it.
The camera always makes it. Come on.
It was so weird. So when I kind of snapped out of it, I was sitting up and I was kind of leaning against a tree that he had knocked over from the rig just rolling over. He knocked over a tree. So again, really lucky because I could have been pinned either under the Jeep or pinned between that tree that fell and the Jeep. So
holy cow. That's why I'm a huge believer in the minute I get in mine, all the harnesses go on. It doesn't matter if I'm going down a dirt road, it's harnesses are on.
Yeah. From now on, that's my rule too.
Seat belts and helmets is a big thing. If you're buggy and harness and helmets, it saves so many stupid things that you can't even fathom are going to happen on a trail.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it kind of go off your spot, Gabe. Is so same thing kind of happened to my buddy of mine. I was spotting him and his suspension unloaded, flopped it on its side. And he had never been on his side or anything like that. So he was kind of uncomfortable, didn't know what to do. So I'm like, here, I'll just grab my buggy. It's about 20 yards up the trail and I'll come down and we'll flip you back over. So I hop in it kind of in a hurry. I don't strap in. and I drop off this small little ledge though, and my front end sticks, dude. And I came out and hit my head like on the bar, and then I was at that point. Now I'm pissed off because one, I didn't buckle in. Two, I hit my head.
Yeah.
But it was that whole thing. It's like literally, it's habit to get in, buckle in. But I was in a hurry to try to help him, not worry about his Jeep.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the times when it always happens.
Mhm.
It's that little minuscule second of your direction is somewhere else, and you're not paying attention to exactly everything you need to do. That's why you need to protect yourself every time you're out there.
Yep.
Just because you never know. I mean, there could be something across the road. You could just not be paying attention, turn, make an inadvertent turn in the steering wheel, and take a tumble.
And it's funny you say that. So what really got me, I was never real good about putting them on all the time and stuff like that. And then some friends of mine were coming back from Crown King on the dirt road and just cruising down the road, and something caught a rut, yanked them right off the road, right down into the trees. And both of them said if they wouldn't have had their harnesses on, it would have killed them. And from there on, I was like, you know what? It's harnesses. So now it's literally habit. And I honestly, I don't like to ride with somebody that doesn't have harnesses. Seatbelts, to me, that's not going to hold you in that vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, before that night, I always wore a harness or a seatbelt. Always. But just this night, between being in so much pain from my knee, just wanting to get off the trail because it had rained and I was kind of wet, just was not thinking completely. And I took for granted that someone said, no, it's just an auxiliary trail. There's no obstacles or anything.
Well, it's kind of like what Armando just said, though. It's when you're not expecting it. It's when you're like, it's just right here.
That's the worst time for it to happen is that little bit of putting your guard down.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, that's the really shittiest way to learn a lesson, but lesson learned.
Yeah. I mean, at least your lesson learned was you were safe. I mean, obviously you were hurt, but you're safe, you're alive. But not so many people get that second chance of learning that one.
Yeah. And I remembered the next day. So I was in the hospital the next day, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I can't think of how many videos I've seen where I've seen people flop and someone just get thrown out of the Jeep because they're not wearing a seatbelt, thinking to myself, look at this fucking idiot. And here I am in the hospital getting x-rays, getting, CT scans, everything else. And I'm the fucking idiot.
Your wristband probably for the hospital. Your name was fucking idiot.
Yeah. Should have been.
Yeah, this dipshit over here.
Yeah. Shit, idiot, motherfucker.
No, but it's so true, and it's crazy because I'll watch a lot of videos and of these guys that'll go wheel in these groups, and these people will literally put on a lap belt or they'll put on a seat belt, and you're like, seriously, what is going to hold you in there?
Yeah.
I've done some stupid shit with just a lap belt. And then the just the stock one. And I've always thought to myself, one of these days something's going to happen, and this is not going to be secure enough. Luckily, that never happened. I never flopped my Jeep, but I've had it on its side before in area BFE on Green Day. There's an obstacle on Green Day where the right side is a really sketchy kind of ledge, and then there's a V-notch. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I took the V-notch and the right side of my Jeep just went down into it, and it was pretty much on its side. I drove it out with the winch, but that's the one that got me thinking, okay, maybe it's time to get a harness and some better seats and that sort of thing. But I also thought to myself, but I want tons, and it would be so much better with 1 tons.
But I want beadlocks and tons.
Yeah.
You're like, I wouldn't have flopped if I would have had tons, so then I wouldn't have needed the seat belts. And
yeah, if I was just a little bit wider, I wouldn't have gone into this fucking hole.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just the stupid shit we think of to do even more stupid shit so we can save ourselves from stupid shit.
Yep. No, 100%.
Exactly.
It's fucking remarkable how we think sometimes.
It's,
Oh, and then especially the more and more you get comfortable, then you're like, oh, well, that doesn't look hard. That doesn't look bad. And I mean, when you step back, you're like, yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
That was pretty stupid.
Yeah. I've said that many times.
well, and that goes even worse when you're on an obstacle that you do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like that, on the obstacle you do, you're like, I fucking know better than this. Like, what was I thinking? And you just have that I can just do this blindfold and just go, and then find out that you really can't. You need to think about that every time.
Yeah.
So a little quick story on that. So going up to Highway to Hell, there's an obstacle called Fire Hole, and it's literally a V notch. You center it and you drive over it. There was a bunch of people there one day, and I mean it's an obstacle that's super really easy. And so I pull into it, head up it, and that's kind of like what you said, Gabe. That like the ass end of mine slid down. It literally flopped me right on my side, and I had my oldest son Josh with me, and I go, "What the hell was that?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know." He goes, "You're driving," and I'm like, I think we can get out of this. And I mean, we were able to kind of back out of it and flop it back on its wheels without any help. But yeah, it was one of those. I'm like, I've done this thing 100 times, but just, yeah, it was just one of those things. I was like, seriously, this is where I'm going to put it on its side again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened to me kind of on Cleveland Rock in Colorado. It's a big obstacle at the end of Holy Cross, and I knew I shouldn't have done it because my brakes were going out. I had a leak in my brake line, and so my brakes were soft as fuck. And you go up it, you have to go back down it. And to the left, if you're going back down to the left, there's a massive drop off. So I get up it, and I'm thinking to myself, fuck, I didn't think about this. I didn't think this through the whole way. This is stupid. So, I kind of just was grabbing the e-brake and holding onto the brake pedal at the same time, just in case. But towards the end, when my tires finally hit ground on the bottom, I felt the brakes just totally give out, and I was like, whew.
Holy cow.
It was a matter of inches. And I was like, no, not doing that again. I got to get these fixed.
Yeah.
Again, stupid shit sometimes. It was fun at the moment. And then you think about it afterwards. You're like, what a fucking idiot.
Yep. Now, come on, Armando. I know you got some stories here.
I never do stupid shit. Come on.
Okay.
I'm a pillar of good, sane fun.
That's what happens when you're just gobbling edibles on the trail.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I still will never forget when you, what was it, that 2.0 turbo?
Oh, when I went through that fucking rock. Holy. Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was like the last time that Jeep really wheeled with a 2-liter. So I had just put the Fab 9s in the gray jail, and it still had the 2-liter in it. And I was like, hey, let's go do a shakedown. So we go out to Florence Junction. We're 20 minutes from my house. JC lives about 20 minutes from me. So he comes over, we head out there and go down this trail, and we end up down this, we were down a fucking donkey trail, and then all of a sudden, like, the trail just ended, and we're like, oh wait, well, this isn't what we thought it was going to be. So we had to pull back out of the trail. And then as we come back out of the trail, we're coming down some rocks, and as I'm going down, I land in sand, and that 2-liter just doesn't want to do anything. And I'm sitting there going, and he's like, come on. And I'm like, I'm just waiting for it to catch. And I know I can do it because I can hear it spool and hit the gas and hear it spool, and then it doesn't do anything. So finally I get it. I'm like, okay, I'm about to just give it. And I hit it and it spooled and it just shot me over. And I let go. I hit the brake and both feet on the brakes. And I went through a rock, slit the. Why didn't we take a picture of that rock? I don't know why we didn't take a picture of the rock. I dented a Fab 9 housing.
Wow.
And I was dead set sure that that I was in a ring gear and I was going to be fucked. And we kept rolling. Luckily, I had a slight bit of signal there. A little bit up the road, I think, is we camped at a little ridge.
Yeah.
And I called Casey and I was like, hey, dude. And he's like, what does it sound like? And I was like, well, it doesn't seem like it's hitting anything. He's like, well, fucking run it then.
Yeah. He's like, I remember Armando going, well, it's a pretty good sized dent. And then I hear him go, well, how much room do I have?
he's like, do you hear it grinding? I go, no. He's like, well, fucking run it then. Get that. Yep. I'll send you a skid plate. And I got a skid plate for it.
Oh, it was insane. Cause I'm like, come on. And then it was like, it was like a rabbit. It was a rabbit. It was like, wham, right into the rock.
And then it just went, whoa. And it was like a little bit more. No, keep going. A little more. No, a little more. And then it just, I was like, fuck it. It's not going to go. And I was just caught up on a rock and I hit it and it just launched. And I was like, fuck that. And it had done that to me one time at S'more in the mud. And luckily there was a ridge because I was going into a tree and the ridge came up and finally caught me where I pushed me off and stopped me. And I was like, it's unstoppable. And wheeling a 2-liter was a terrible idea. It's terrible. It's great on the road. I loved it on the road. I hated it on the trail. It was terrible. I mean, the axle that I broke, that axle coupler that I broke on
Pritchett. Yeah, that's what
Pritchett at Mob Moab.
Yeah.
I broke a coupler, and everyone's like, "We've never seen a coupler break." I'm like, "Well, I guess I get to have that loan sanction in my name. I guess I should be proud of that. I don't know."
Wasn't that your first time on Pritchett too?
No, I had taken the red. It was the first time with the big boy Jeep on there, and it wasn't really a big boy Jeep because it had the 2-liter still, and just going up. It was
Chewy, wasn't it?
No, it was the axle.
It's the one breaker after Chewy, I think.
It's just the one straight up and then to the right turn.
Yeah.
It's axle.
Yeah, it's got the big hole right in the center because that's what you hit was the big hole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. So the problem with the 2-liter is it doesn't give you enough go to just go through it, and even standing on it and trying to grab the hit more pedal, it doesn't really work because then you spool and then you start to shoot up. So I was afraid of going up and over because I'd already been up and over some things. So I was already scared of things. So I was taking my time, and then it just got to the point and it just hit that turn and just snap. And it was like...
That was a loud one, too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like, nope, that's broke. That is broke.
Yeah.
Well, even winching you up was difficult because your rear was still in that hole, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was still in I still couldn't get out of that area, so we had to get winched up, and then I had to get winched all the way through to get out because we were...
Yeah,
there was no turning back. It was like you just got to go through. So I was winched up and over everything, and then I think that the last climb at the very end, I had to come back and just give it everything and just.
Yeah, I remember that. It was loud.
Yeah, It was loud. It was loud, and no one has it on video, which we thought we did, and no one could find the video.
I'm sorry, guys. Jeez.
Yeah. Fucking Gabe.
I was too busy getting video of people on Rock Chucker. Because you had one ahead. Everyone was like, might as well go ahead and just, we'll meet you there.
Yeah.
You didn't hold up the line. And that's why I was getting video from everyone else.
Well, and that's the problem, too, when you have that many people on a trail and, you're trying to record everybody too. Is you got one guy that's got to go up front with people. You got guys that's got to be in the back, and trying to record everybody and everything has got to be impossible. I mean, it has to be.
It's a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah,
there's a lot of coordination.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, trail stuff, breaks and whatever. I've been lucky. I haven't had a lot of breaks in trails, other than laying the Jeep on its side, and I laid on its side trying to get out of the hole. Yeah, fucking Will, my spotter Will. Yeah, keep coming back. Coming out of the hot tub.
Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You've seen Will drive, and you're gonna let him spot you. I mean, you're gonna let him spot you.
That's what I had. I had to use the tools in my toolbox.
I think the shittiest break that I had, I broke my sector shaft on cliffhanger.
Oh,
my first time on cliffhanger, I broke the sector shaft.
Yeah. Not the place you want that to happen.
No, that sucked.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cliffhanger anyway. So breaking something on cliffhanger, yeah. Nope. That is not my trail.
A lot of people have said that before.
Well, JC is has the heights thing.
Oh, that's right.
And it's a cliff thing. And it's funny is that Travis has it, Will has it, JC has it. So I have a number of friends that have that aversion. Jake, Glazer had it really bad.
So the first year that
really bad.
So the first year that we went and did it, I didn't drive my buggy down. I had Adam drive it down. And then I was able to drive it back because I wasn't close to the cliff side. And then the next year we went out there, we literally were able to pull up to that and just start driving right into it. And at that point I was comfortable because I didn't hang around. We weren't standing around and I didn't have time to think about it. It was just one of those, let's go. And the second, if you watch the video, I'm like, but it's the height thing for me. I get really, really dizzy. So I'm like, well, if this is the way I'm going to die, I guess this is it.
So then Moab Rim is probably not another favorite of yours.
You know what's funny is I've done Moab Rim 3 or 4 times. I just have to concentrate on not looking ahead of me or like look right where I'm at.
Yeah.
Going up Moab Rim, I don't mind it. It's coming back down, especially on, I don't remember what they call that one obstacle where you literally, it tips you.
Z-turn?
Yeah. Where it literally tips you forward.
Oh, that's a fucker.
I mean, luckily I've got the wheelbase to where I'm okay there. But even then, the one year I was up there with JP's Gladiator and it wasn't tuned. So you'd give it gas and it kept trying to just lurch and lurch and lurch. And the brakes the brakes weren't the greatest yet. And, I was after we were done with that one. I'm like, I'm done with this trail. I'm done.
Yeah. You went up there with a Gladiator for a Dynatrack shoot.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah.
and you came back. You're like, let's go to the bar.
Yeah. Oh, and it was supposed to be.
I need a fucking drink.
It was supposed to be we were going to go up, take some photos, and come back down. We left, I think, that morning at like 9, and we got back after dark. They wanted to do more photos, and then we turned around and came down part way, and then went back up to do more. We were just, which I understand. That's what we were there for. We were there to do photos and all that, but I had no idea it was going to be literally like a 9-10 hour day, and then to come down that at night.
So I think that's the same year that there was a guy on a bike that died. He went off that cliff at that turn.
Oh, God, that'd be the worst. See, and I heard, and this was, I don't know. I heard it a few years back that 2 older gentlemen went off at Cliffhanger.
Wow.
Really?
So, yeah.
I've never heard of anyone going off on Cliffhanger.
I had heard that two older gentlemen in like a Willie's or something had gone off.
Yep. I need to look at this because we just had a conversation. I just had a conversation with someone about, oh, you do that trail, and I was like, yeah. I mean, no one ever goes off of it. I go, it seems like there's nothing there, but there's so much there. If you look at the pictures, like, even if you rolled over, you're probably not going down for the most part. You have to do something really stupid to go down. So I was really interested in seeing how that would actually happen with people going down on that
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah, I don't remember what the story was. Someone had told me something had failed, and
Okay.
literally when they went down, it broke and it went to the left.
One of these days, I'm waiting for someone to be on top of the world, and that slab of rock just breaks off.
Oh, yeah. So I went up there with Will, and I couldn't even get close to the edge at all. That's how bad my fear of heights is. Like I tried walking to even be able to start to look over, and I get super dizzy, and I'm like, no, I'll just hang out back here. You guys have a good time.
Will, it's funny is Will does the same thing, and we go up there, and I have a picture, and Will took the picture, and I'm straddling the crack that's to the one side of the where everyone parks, and I have my legs straddled across this crack, and he's taking the picture from the side. He's like, all right, you got to move. Come on, get back over. Come on, stop. And it just him seeing me do it was making him nervous. Like I'm just straddling this crack, and you can see down, you can drop it down, and it just goes down forever. Like,
but didn't Will drive? Will's drove out to the edge of that, hasn't he, or no?
Yes, but he gets a certain distance from it. He'll never get the, all right, come on, get to the edge.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either.
So, we've had the same thing. Like Black Bear, he was like,
oh,
stressed.
That was funny.
I believe, he wasn't even driving some of that.
You might be right.
I believe Jenna drove a lot of that.
There was someone on the radio. Okay. I don't know if you remember this or not, but we got down, and someone had asked who was screaming on the radio, and
it was Will, and Jenna was putting the microphone on to hear him scream.
That would have been me. I ain't even gonna lie. I want to go do that, but I don't think I can. I don't think I could actually do it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I did it in a Gladiator with a freaking Super Duty swap, and I had to take 60-point turns.
I mean, the trail is much wider than it looks.
Gotcha.
You just can't be a fucking idiot. That's all.
Yeah, as long as you pay attention, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you can do it in the Gladiator. It's not even a buggy trail. It's a Gladiator trail.
The one trail I still have not done that's on my bucket list, I want to do either this year or next year, is the Rubicon. I want to do that trail.
It's fun. Definitely take your time and camp over at Rubicon Springs. From that point, it's just like a 40-minute trail ride out. But it's definitely worth camping just because it's beautiful, especially in the morning. That sunrise, it's
it just looks like a beautiful trail.
It is.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of funny? It's too, the older we get, the more we're like, ooh, what kind of scenery do we got?
Yeah. Well, that's how we become overlanders.
Yeah.
We need more toilets though along these trails sometimes.
That's what they make dude wipes for.
Anyway, we can petition some porta shitters out here, please.
Along the Rubicon Trail, there are a lot of porta potties along the way.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah. There's I would say there's one every mile or two. Wouldn't you say, Armando?
I haven't done the Rubicon yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No, this July is supposed to be my first.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm not even driving. I get to go be a passenger.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you had done it too.
Yeah.
No, all the years. Well, I was supposed to do it a few years ago, and then I don't know what happened. Something had to be somewhere for something, and I couldn't be up there, so I didn't go. And then there was the Rubicon Fordyce.
Mm-hmm.
I had room booked, I had flight booked, and then shit changed, and then I had to change the room to Will's name and get Will up there
I
and everything
remember
like that. And I just couldn't go for whatever reason.
We're at the
I
hotel
don't-
trying to check in, and Will's like, "Why can't I check in?" Well, because you're not Armando. Like, no, I'm Will. He's like, well,
Well, yeah. Then I had to, I had to change the
Armando.
name. I had to go change the name on the reservation. It was a pain in the ass, but yeah. So,
All right,
definitely,
so I got a few more questions for you before we go.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on we petition Chris from Spider Webshake to do a West Coast Jeep Beach?
Ooh.
well, Chris doesn't really run that. I mean,
Oh, he
he's
doesn't?
part
I
of that
thought-
show.
I thought he
No,
did.
no,
Sorry about that.
no. Charlene and Kurt
Kurt. I was just gonna say Kurt. Yeah.
are the two that actually run it. Chris is a very big part of it because they've been involved with it so long. So they run the
okay.
tiki party and everything. So basically, Jeep Beach on the West Coast is Off-Road Expo.
Yeah.
You're
How is
not
it?
on the beach. Well, the thing is, you have to find some place on the West Coast where you could actually be on the beach.
Oh, that's right. You don't allow that.
Other than really Pismo, you can't.
I was just
go
gonna say Pismo.
drive on the beach. I know that. Well, it's still now. Mal and Nitto do the event on the
Jeep
beach.
Bash.
Jeep Bash,
Yep.
and Seal Beach every year. So there's an event on the beach, but you can't drive on the beach. You don't get the whole.
And that's actually, what is it, Armando? I think it's a day long, isn't it? The show starts in the morning, ends at
it
night.
starts in the morning, ends at night, and you're done.
Yep,
Pack up
yep.
and go home.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's typically the week or two before Off-Road Expo
Mm-hmm.
that happens. So you're
Yeah.
but
It'd be hard.
It's
It'd be
not
very
the
hard to
s-
do here.
it's not the same because you don't have what Daytona offers. All the entertainment, all the restaurants, everything that is downtown. It's one of the reasons why Pigeon Forge and Daytona are so
So big.
well attended and so
Mhm.
big is
The
because
amenities.
it's a destination. It becomes a family vacation.
Mhm.
You don't have to go for just a Jeep show. Yes, you can bring your Jeep and you can do Jeep stuff, but there's so much more other things to do there that it becomes a destination. So it's not about like a Moab or EJS where you're there for wheeling for the whole week. No, you're there for all the other shit that happens at both of those events.
By the way, really quick, just for all those guys out there that think they're doing something, posing for pictures on man-made obstacles is not the flex you think it is.
Lies. Lies.
But so going back to your east and your west Jeep Beach though, it's two different crowds. The West Coast and the East Coast builds are 100% different.
Good point.
I mean, East Coast builds are really built around paints, powder coat, huge stereo systems, on-road stuff, and I don't want to say just on-road because those guys will take it out in the sand. They'll take it down some of the mud trails that are there. But then you got the West Coast guys that their junk, or I don't want to say junk, but their junk is beat to shit. We use it on the West Coast. And then you have the East Coast. So that crowd really, really makes Daytona what it is. It's so huge. But if you tried to do that on the West Coast, it wouldn't be as big. It just really wouldn't be as big.
Yeah, that's a good point. Something I didn't really think about.
I believe that there's more of the shit on the West Coast than we believe there is.
Oh, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I will say that for sure. But it's not. It's still not your, like, you don't have the DS18 crowd like you do at Jeep Beach and stuff like that, where it's two different worlds. And it's funny because you go over to the East Coast and these guys are like, oh, we're hardcore wheelers, and you're like, oh, what do you have? You're like, I've got a JK on 35s. You're like, so maybe in your area you're a hardcore wheeler, yes. And then you're like, oh, well, we have this. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to damage anything.
Yeah,
I damage my shit getting it off the trailer half the time.
yeah. Good point. Something I didn't really think about. It is two different climates.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying to say
and-
weather climate, but climate as far as the builds.
Yeah. Now it is like like Armando said though, it is getting West Coast is getting more and more of I hate calling them mall crawlers, but they are. But the fancy Jeeps, I mean, more and more painted, powder coated, and you know what? I it's not that I don't like them because they all have their look, and I don't mind a lot of the looks until it gets overly gaudy. But it is. It's just it's two different things.
Yeah. All right. I got another question for you, and this one it's going to probably hurt your head. Do you think Cinco de Mayo is fake?
Ooh.
What fake?
Hold on. Yeah, fake. Why? Because I honestly didn't even know Sunday was Cinco de Mayo until it was too late, and then I was like, oh yeah, I must be white. But I mean, I don't know. That's a good one.
It's not a national Mexican holiday. The Battle of the Puebla was in Puebla. It was just in one state. So, America is the only country that celebrates it.
Well, maybe it should go back to being called Cinco de Drinko.
There you go.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay. What do you think the three amigos fought for?
El Guapo. They fought
right
El Guapo
for Cinco de Mayo. For Cinco de Mayo. The battle that those three brave soldiers and warriors fought for gave us Cinco de Mayo. Come on. I can't anymore. I quit.
All right, last question before we go. Have you seen MILF Manor yet on HBO?
I have not.
Have you heard of MILF Manor?
No.
Okay.
Now I'm interested.
You will be interested.
MILF Manor.
It's basically a show with nothing but MILFs, and they're trying to get the attention of younger gentlemen.
Well, that rules me out, so I'm screwed on even watching it now. Unless these MILFs will walk me to a bathroom. No, I have actually not heard of that, though, but that's pretty funny.
I'm waiting for my friend Rob to catch wind of this because I know it's going to be a lot of spank material for him. He's not a lonely guy, but he's...
but he's a lonely guy.
He's not lonely. He just has some free time.
I mean, he's a married man, but he's also a married man.
Have you guys seen that roast that there was on Tom Brady?
No, Armando and I were just talking about that before.
We were just talking about that.
It's something it's on my list to watch immediately.
And we were talking about it today at lunch, and I mean, I've caught little pieces of it. I haven't watched it, but it looks like it is absolutely hilarious.
So the other thing that I just saw,
roasts used to be really good for the longest time, and then they just kind of just like everything in Comedy Central, got outlawed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I heard this one is raw.
Well, this is on Netflix. It's not on Comedy Central.
Yeah. This is Netflix.
No, it's Netflix, so hopefully it gets better.
Yeah.
Oh, it was some of the stuff I heard on there. Like they're making fun of like Aaron Hernandez and I mean it's making fun of O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
I mean some items that you normally couldn't.
Right.
Wait, we couldn't make fun of O.J. Simpson before?
The other thing that just came out on Netflix that is really funny is the new Cat Williams special.
That's what I've heard. I heard that is really good.
Yeah, that was really funny. It gets I don't want to say it gets woke, but he just kind of makes fun of reparations. Of course, he's trying to go for that demographic laugh, so he brings it up. But that's really the only part about it that's kind of cringe. Everything else it's fucking so funny.
That's awesome. We need to bring back some of that stuff, though. We need to get rid of this everyone's offended bullshit.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of why we started this podcast, because fuck them, right?
Yeah.
I'll call out whoever, whenever. I don't care who they are. If they deserve it, they get it.
Oh yeah. And there's quite a few out there that deserve it.
Yes. There's new couples that are coming out as YouTubers, and they're all following the same model of, I'm going to put my wife in front of the camera because my wife has big tits.
Yeah.
And it's all for these, it's all raunchy clips.
Hey, parts aren't cheap. Come on.
Yeah, but I think manufacturers are starting up now, though.
So kind of funny. So when I was handling some sponsorships at a previous company, I had some influencers get a hold of me, and they're like, "Hey, will you sponsor me?" And da 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 da. And I'm like, here. And they're like, "Well, it was like, I want to say 40 or 50,000 followers on Instagram." And I'm like, "All right, I mean, that's pretty damn good." So I'm in there, I'm looking around, and I'm like, "All right, well, I mean, you get a decent amount of likes." And then I go into the comments. "You're beautiful. Oh, I wish this," and I'm like, nope, because not one of them cared about what they were promoting. They were promoting their tits or their body or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pass on this. Well, why? I go, because you have no interaction with what we're looking for. Your interaction's for you.
The soft porn.
Yep. And I'm like, I said, I'm sorry. I said, we're definitely not interested. And I said, if things have changed and you want to lean towards what you're wanting, then I'll reconsider it. I go, but until then, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not even slightly interested.
Yeah, good for you.
But it's insane though how many companies will just jump on it, thinking, I'm going to get all these likes. I'm going to get people to buy stuff. They don't. They're there for the soft porn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's.
Well, now it's turned into full porn, but.
Spreading butt cheeks and
rabbit tails.
And Spready Williams.
Wait, rabbit tails. I need to spend more time on the fucking internet.
Oh, I'll send you the link.
No, I'm just kidding. I 100% kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
No, I don't want to see the link. Is what I'm saying.
I'll take screen caps.
Yeah, I mean, and it sucks because there is some good people out there, and there's some good girls that really try to do what they're doing, and then you've got some that just ruin it. Yeah, I mean, it's ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at some point it's got to change back to what it used to be. I just don't know when that's going to happen. Things come in cycles, and I think this is a cycle.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, I mean, and it's funny though. I mean, even now though, you look at it, and some of like past sponsors and stuff have dropped out of people for that reason.
Right. Yep.
So, I mean,
right, well, I think we got to wrap it up because I have dinner plans tonight. It's my wife's birthday, so happy birthday, wife. Jennifer, love you very much.
Wife.
We're about to.
She has a name. She has a name. She has a name, Gabe. Jeez.
Yeah. You better do that so you don't have to join the soft porn club.
Yeah, my wife is actually pretty awesome because her request for her birthday presents were handbags that can she could put her concealed carry weapon in. So the handbags that I got her have a special compartment for her everyday carry.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did you already give her these presents, or
yeah.
is you spilling the beans right now?
No, I already gave it to her.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I got her 3 of them.
Oh wow, color coordinated, huh?
Oh, she was not expecting that. I said, send me the links of the ones that you like, and I'll get one for you. Because, obviously guys don't know what the fuck to pick, So she sent me 3 links. She's like, any one of these 3. I was like, I'm just going to get you all 3.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her that. But,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, thanks for coming on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yes, please.
And next time we'll have to get into nutrition and lifting and all that stuff because
That's boring shit.
well, to some people it is. To me,
No, we're talking about
education.
voodoo women in New Orleans and some Cafe du Monde and some oysters and shit like that. You know.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll have to get into some of these trip stories.
Yeah.
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 Well, I appreciate you guys having me.
Had some good fun on the trips.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
well, everyone, that's Jeremy Clanton, the guy that we talk about in his testicles all the time.
Now you can put a face to balls.
Yeah. All right,
Oh, jeez.
thanks for listening. Catch you
All
later.
right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, JC.
Bye. See ya.